Hey guys, just finished watching Arrow Season 6, Episode 9, Irreconcilable Differences. This episode was quite interesting. It was an okay episode as far as an Arrow Season 6 goes. Definitely not my favorite episode. The first few episodes, I feel like, for this season were really good, and there now it's just kind of, I don't know, I feel like this mid-season final then hit me as hard as all the other shows so far. I guess I would kind of say it's tied with Legend of Tomorrow, maybe a little, and then I would have right now that I would watch all Arrow shows, all Arrowverse shows. I'd probably put Flash as the best mid-season final for this year, and then Supergirl, and then maybe Legends of Tomorrow, then maybe Arrow type of thing. At least Legends of Tomorrow has Constantine coming on, and this just not really much that kind of goes, oh, can't wait to watch it next when it comes back type thing, and there's nothing really there for that for me in this episode. And even if we look at when it's supposed to come back on Arrow, which does it say? Not sure if they have it listed when we're supposed to be back. What does it say? 25. Okay, so we're gonna get January 25th is when it comes back. So it's gonna be interesting to see what happens with all this. It'll be fun to see where things go and all that, and but there's just not much really that went on in here. I got a few points here I wanted to talk about, so let's talk about that. The first part, Mama Smoke is not happy about the wedding. That was quite interesting, cool idea, but that was quite a funny thing there. And then Lance gives Oliver the watch from his father and stuff. That was a nice moment between the two of them. That was really cool there. Ray outs Oliver, or Renee outs Oliver and stuff like that, and that was I didn't see that one coming. When it being him, I knew it wasn't Curtis type thing, because Curtis has been around for so long. He's been around for almost twice as long as anyone else, as Renee or Dinah type of thing, and Dinah's only been around for maybe a short time. So it really was cool seeing that. I almost thought that they were going to bring back Evelyn Sharp. Maybe she was going to out him type thing. Because I forget where we last saw him. I saw her. I forget if he, did we last see Evelyn Sharp did something with Prometheus? I remember she was working with Prometheus and all that. But I forget if Prometheus ended up killing her or not and stuff like that, if she's alive or somewhere out there to be able to betray Oliver and do that. And then there's one of the better parts was the Black Siren and Quentin heart-to-heart story type thing, and she was not able to kill him when she was told to do that and type thing. So that's really going to be cool to see that storyline, and how that storyline plays on into the rest of the season. And if it comes down to it, does she end up turning just to save him type thing, just to save Quentin? She's willing to kill anyone else, but just not Quentin type thing. And that was a really cool story and stuff like that. And hopefully they bring up that thing, the whole story about the cake, and her father, her version of Quentin Lance dying, because he was on this getting hit by a car in a car crash while trying to get her birthday cake. I think it would be really cool to see at some point in this season, before the end of the season, to turn her type thing. It would if Quentin goes and gets that cake and leaves her that cake type thing. I think that could be a really cool way to play with that relationship, and see where things go with that. I think it really could be cool. I mentioned how it could be redeemed and stuff like that, but it's a very, I think this is like, it could be the first notch at slowly redeeming her. But I really don't want her to be redeemed by not for next season, the earliest season 8 if we get it, but I think this could be the very early parts of redeeming her later on for a few seasons down the road type thing. And I think that could be a cool thing to play with, slowly play with that for a few seasons as we slowly chip at her to redeem her type thing. That could be really cool to play with that. So really it's going to be fun to see where that goes with that story between Quentin Lance and Black Siren. And then there was a cool part, which is Oliver had the remote control bow. He was able to, press the button on his glove type thing to shoot off the bow and stuff. That was really cool seeing that. That was quite interesting. And then Oliver, accepts Renee's mistake and then fires him for disobeying his order and all that stuff. And that was quite interesting with that, to see where that goes and how that continues on. And then it's going to be fun to see what continue with that and see how much do we get of him. Do we get to follow him throughout the rest of the season? Hopefully we do, because we have been following a bit of him when he's not on the team. So that could be fun to seeing where he goes and what does he do with all that and stuff like that. So and then we have Curtis and Dinah when Diana and Curtis quit the team and stuff like that, and because they were both being spied on by Oliver, and then there's all about trust and stuff, and that's kind of cool to see where all that goes. But I don't know, for some reason, all this trust and things like that, it didn't really hit me that much. I mean, it hit me, I guess, for a little bit more for Curtis because he's been because he's been around for so long. But for everyone else, it really kind of just be like, nah, they'll get over it eventually. You know, it wasn't as big as over the ending of this episode wasn't as big as over on Supergirl or Flash. I mean, on Flash, you know, he's being framed for murder, and he's gonna have to go to prison for the rest of his life, just like his father type thing. So that's the big part there, is that he has to do that, and he just got married and all that stuff. You know, and here, yeah, you got these big bads and all that stuff, but you know, their threat. I don't know. I just feel like these big bads, even though there's a bunch of them. You know, you got Richard Dragon, Black Cyrus, and Anatoly, Boots, Vigilante, and Keaton James all teaming up together. It just didn't. I don't know. For some reason, they just don't feel like it doesn't feel like a big team up. You know, as if like Damian, like they did when they had the team up of villains over on Legends of Tomorrow with Damian, Dark, Malcolm, Merlin, and what's his face from the future there, Zoom type of thing. And that was going to be cool to see that, or Reverse Flash and all that. But in here, we haven't really seen, you know, that much. I mean, Keaton James hasn't done anything, and Richard Dragon hasn't done much yet. You know, Vigilante a little bit. I forget who the Boots guy was. I had to look up his name, but I really don't remember who he was or what he even did or anything like that. So, other than Black Siren, she's like the biggest heavy hitter on this team so far, because she's, you know, she used to be Laurel and all that stuff. She has powers and all that. So, it's going to be fun to see where things go with all this and how things change. Hopefully they can build this team up, this Arrow version of Legion of Doom, I guess, type thing. Because I'd like to see it. It would have been better. I think another team like this would have been better. Would have been someone like Deathstroke, bigger characters like that. That's when they're all teaming up. Then it would have been really powerful type thing. So I don't know. It could be cool to see where things go with this. But so far this episode, it was okay. It just wasn't as big as the other CW shows for a mid-season final type thing. So let me know what you think, guys, about this episode in the comments below. What did you think about it? What was your favorite part? What did you not like about it? And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.
I'm Captain America, here to talk to you about one of the most valuable traits a soldier or student can have.
Subscribing.
Sometimes is the key to victory. Sometimes it leads to very little, and it seems like it's not worth it. And you wonder why you waited so long for something so disappointing. How many more of these?
You're still here.
Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, guys. Peace.
It's over.